Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to crochet this octopus keychain. To get started on this project, let's talk about materials. The first thing that you're going to need is going to be your 2 colors of yarn. Now I suggest using 2 colors, but if you prefer, you can only use 1 color. You're going to need a tapestry needle, a 4mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, some stitch markers, a keychain, and stuffing of any kind. Taking our 4mm hook, we're first going to begin by making a magic circle. Then you're going to chain 1. Now with our completed magic circle, you're going to place 6 single crochet into the magic circle. Taking the tail of the magic circle, you're going to pull until the circle is tightly closed. This pattern is worked in a continuous round, so there will be no slip stitches into the first stitch. Instead, for the second row, you're going to be placing 2 single crochet into the first single crochet of your first row. I like to place a little stitch marker there to ensure that I know what row I'm starting on. So for row 2, you're going to be placing 2 single crochet into every stitch. You should have 12 single crochet at the end. Once you reach your stitch marker, now you know it's time for the third row to begin. So we're going to begin by first counting our last row. Make sure that you have 12 single crochet. After that, you're going to take out the stitch marker and place 2 single crochet in that stitch. Then you're going to place 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And then you're going to place 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet. You're going to continue that pattern until you finish the row. Once you're done, remember to give it a quick count and you should have 18 stitches. Now once done with row 3, onto row 4. So row 4 is also going to begin with an increase, so you're going to place 2 single crochet in the first stitch. Don't forget to replace your stitch marker. Then you're going to place 1 single crochet in the next stitch and 1 single crochet in the stitch after that. Then you're going to follow with an increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, increase. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, increase. And you're going to follow that pattern until you reach the end of the row. For round 4, you should have 24 stitches. Starting round 5, we're going to begin with an increase. Then you're going to place 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. Then you're going to repeat the pattern of increasing, placing 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, all the way around until you finish the row. For this row, you should have 30 single crochets. For the 6th round, you're going to begin by placing 1 single crochet into every single stitch. So by the end of this round, you should have 30 single crochets. Not only for this round, but you're going to continue until you reach round 9. So for the next 3 rounds after this round, continue single crocheting in every single stitch. So continue crocheting and I'll meet you guys back at round 9. And we're back! After 4 rounds of just single crocheting in every stitch, we're going to add some shape to our jellyfish. To add shape, we're going to begin by decreasing. Our next row is different in that all of our stitches will actually be worked in the back loops of our row. So we will not be placing our hook through both loops, but only the back one. So to decrease, you're first going to insert your hook into your stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to insert your hook into the second stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over and then pull through all 3 stitches. And that's how you get your first decrease. Don't forget to replace your stitch marker so you know the beginning of your round. Now you're going to place 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. Then you're going to continue the pattern of decreasing 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, decreasing 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. You're going to continue all the way around, and for this row, you once again should have 24 stitches. For the next stitch, we're going to be doing something called an invisible decrease. So, instead of placing your hook through both loops, pulling up a loop, and then pulling through all 3 loops, you're going to place your hook into the front loop of your stitch, Then you're going to turn and you're going to place your hook into the second stitch front loop. And you're going to yarn over, pull through both loops, and then you're going to yarn over and then pull through both loops on your hook. And that will be your first invisible decrease. So like before, you're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to repeat the invisible decrease. So the invisible decrease, you're going to place your hook into the first front loop, then you're going to place your hook into the second front loop, then you're going to yarn over, pull through both front loops, yarn over, and pull through both loops on your hook. That will be your second invisible decrease. So you're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to do an invisible decrease. You're going to continue this pattern until you reach the stitch marker. This kind of decrease is especially nice when you're making stuffies because it allows the holes to be smaller so that you don't get those patchy holes that you get when you do a normal decrease. After this row is finished, now it's time to add stuffing. Make sure to stuff thoroughly. Now in round 12, you're going to do an invisible decrease in every single stitch. So by the end of this, you should have 9 single crochet. Then you're going to slip stitch to the top of your first single crochet, and then you're going to chain 1, pull up a loop, and then cut a long tail. This is the tail you'll use to weave in your ends to sew the bottom shut. But before we sew the bottom shut, we have one last chance to fully stuff the body of our jellyfish. Now threading your tapestry needle, you're going to sew the bottom shut by weaving your needle back and forth through the last stitches. Now weave in your ends and cut. This is what you should have after you've sewn the bottom closed. But where we only crocheted in the back loops, we're going to go back to that row, and then in the front loops this time, you're going to choose one of the stitches and then you're going to chain 3. After chaining 3, you're going to yarn over, and then you're going to insert your hook into that same stitch. You're going to do that 3 more times. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up. Now you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all the loops, which should be 9 loops, and then you're going to chain 1, and then in the next stitch you're going to slip stitch into that stitch. That's going to be your first puff stitch. You're going to do this again. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up. You should have 9 stitches on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over, pull through all the stitches, chain 1, and then you're going to slip stitch into the next stitch. So you're going to continue this pattern all the way around, and at the end you should have 14 puff stitches. Once you're done, you're going to slip stitch into the first puff stitch, and then you're going to pull up a loop and cut. Make sure to weave in your ends by threading them through your project and then tying a knot so they don't come undone. Now we will begin by making the tentacles. These are very easy to make. First, you will begin by taking your main color of yarn, and then you're going to create a slip knot. Then you're going to begin by chaining 50. After chaining 50, in the second chain from the hook, you're going to single crochet all the way down. Then you're going to chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. You're going to repeat this 2 more times until you have a total of 3 big tentacles. They should curl naturally, but if they need a little bit of help, you can just twist them until they form the shape that you want. For the smaller tentacles, I used a contrasting color, so I used the white color, and then I just chained 40. Then you're going to chain 1, pull up a loop, and then you're going to cut a tail, so that you can weave them in later. At the base of this tentacle, you're going to tie a knot so that it doesn't come undone later, and then you're just going to cut. Now you're going to repeat this until you have 4 small tentacles. Now using stitch markers, you're going to mark exactly where you want your bigger tentacles to go. I suggest placing them towards the center of your body piece. Taking your tapestry needle, you're going to sew on each individual tentacle. You're going to thread the tails through the body, and using both sides of the tails, you're going to tie them together, knotting them, and cut. Now you're going to place the smaller tentacles on the outside edge of the bottom, spacing them evenly apart. Then you're going to sew them like before. Now finally, we're going to be adding the design to the top. You're going to take a long amount of your contrasting color, if you have one, and you're going to cut it. Using your tapestry needle, you're going to weave the pattern on top of it. From the bottom rows, through the center and back. You're going to continue until you have the design on top. Make sure to tie off your ends and cut the remaining tails, and give your project a good shaping, and then you're done. I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. See you all next time.